In our last episode, we had just had a beautiful day in the Bahamas, and we just left port when we noticed some dark clouds on the horizon. As we kept going, the winds kept getting stronger and stronger, and by nightfall, we knew we were in some serious weather. We're going to pick up where we left off, but first, here's our introduction.
We are Don and Lisa, and many of you may know us as the Camper Couple. In the past, we shared with you our story of how a financial crisis forced us to live in our camper for a while, and our many adventures once we got back on our feet. Now we are totally debt-free. In our next chapter, we want to share with you what we've learned and maybe help you on a road to freedom.
All night long, the wind howled and the boat creaked as it crashed against the waves all night long. The next morning, the storm finally broke, but the swells were still very intense. At times, it felt like you were on a roller coaster ride as the ship would go up and down and up and down.
And the sun finally came out, said hi.
We're gonna have to talk about the delay.
Our second excursion had been canceled because of the extreme weather. So what we had was another day at sea. Due to the high swells and the rocking of the ship, all the pools had to be closed, which was a major disappointment to Lisa because she really loves to be in the pool. Though the wind was still pretty intense and the boat was rocking quite a bit, we tried to soak up the sun as much as we could. As you can see, we couldn't go to Princess Caves because of the weather. So he circled all around in the middle here for an entire day to give us another day at sea. And we're going to be starting to turn around and head back up to Charleston. But they said that they're going to really experience some heavy swells and everything. As you can tell, the boat is really rocking right now. So that's what we've been doing for a whole day, is all this around here. We were quite bummed about our second stop being canceled, so the crew made extra effort in keeping us entertained. The auditorium for the show that night was completely packed. Since everyone was pretty much restricted to indoor activities, there wasn't an empty seat in the whole place. It's a sunny day, but the wind's about to kill us. I mean, this is the squeakiest cabin I've ever had. You can tell when a swell is about to come.
Now, are we actually gonna be able to get out of the room?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the fact that I was up all night is...
Yeah, that was rough last night.
I'm really ill.
Our last day at sea was quite uneventful. The constant swaying of the ship made us long to be back on solid ground again. As we traveled back north towards Charleston, South Carolina, the water started getting smoother, but the air started getting colder.
Overall, this was a great trip. Like anything else, it had its high and low moments, but we had a great time. We had a lot of great moments together, and it was very memorable. But all in all, we're ready to get back to our house and our camper. We're back.
Yep.
Getting off the ship today. Last time eating on the ship. Glad to be back. Made it back to Charleston. That wind is cold now. You glad to be back?
Yes.
Glad to have coffee?
Yes. The weather was insane. We have very bad luck.
We didn't get to do the second part. Well, last day on the ship.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye ship. Look at the art gallery.
Go ahead, babe.
My painting's already gone. And before we knew it, we were back in Charleston, South Carolina. Going on a cruise can be a very wonderful experience, as long as you don't go overboard. Overboard with your spending, that is. In fact, you're not even allowed to leave the ship until all your balances are paid in full. You see, while you're on board the ship, all of your purchases are made through your boarding pass, room key. So on a ship, no matter how much money you spend in a day, your card will never be declined or rejected due to lack of funding. And then at the end, when it's all said and done, all your purchases are tallied up, and then the bill comes due. When you're on a cruise ship, you're treated as if you are royalty, which makes it really easy to get caught up in the moment and think that you have the money of a king. In the past, I've known people to go on vacations and end up in thousands of dollars of credit card debt. That's why we don't use credit cards. We remove the temptation to spend more than what we have. Once we got off the ship, it felt very good to be back on solid ground again. We still had a little bit of souvenir money left, so we went back to the market in Charleston, where Lisa found this very beautiful silver ring. It was right off the coast of Charleston that the first shots of the Civil War rang out, and right above the city market is a Civil War museum that you can tour. Only 5% of Americans, including African Americans and Native Americans, ever owned a single slave. Yet 700,000 lives were lost in the 4-year battle between the states. Though Robert E. Lee himself was opposed to slavery, he agreed to lead the Confederate Army due to his loyalty to his home state of Virginia. What a lot of people don't know is that after the war, Robert E. Lee became a strong supporter of civil rights, giving black people the right to vote and of equal education. After Grant became president, he invited Robert E. Lee to the White House, where the former enemies became allies in the prevention of a second Civil War.
Thanks for watching this video, everyone. We hope you enjoyed seeing our cruise. We had a great time overall, even though we had to take our hits, and it was taking the good with the bad. The weather did not cooperate like we had hoped, but we enjoyed the time together. It was still fun. It's a lesson in life and in camping. You just have to roll with the punches sometimes.
Yeah, look for the positive in everything. Even though it didn't go as planned, we still had a really great time. I look forward to sharing more videos with you as we start the camping season and we get back in the camper again. We're going to start preparing things. We're going to show you some upgrades we've done to the camper and some changes that we have made. We are about to start cleaning up and getting ready to hit the road again very, very soon. I believe we're going to be going to Tennessee. That's one of the things we're going, so we look forward to sharing that with you. Don't really know all the things we got planned this year. We're still in the planning stages. We're really looking forward to this season, and we hope that you are too.
Yeah, I can't wait to share it with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, happy camping.
Happy camping. Coffee. Gotta have coffee. Coffee.
You're stuck anyway, so enjoy it.
Again.
With my mom and dad, they're coming.
Okay.
It's time with him, them.
Do you want to start all over?
Yeah, let's start all over. Blooper!